So let's all just get into my time machine and take a trip to an unknown year we've all forgotten of 2015. Or maybe it was earlier than that, I don't remember. But remember Avengers Infinity War? See, you might have said yes, but you can't remember it because it hasn't come out yet. What you should actually be remembering is Avengers Infinity War Part 1 in May 2018 and Part 2 in May of 2019. Remember how we were supposed to get 2 movies of the same title just with the parts back to back? And then that's not gonna happen because of one reason or another. I guess they're different movies now. Well, let's talk about that. Now, of course, as of right now when I'm making this video, we do not know the title of Avengers 4. We're probably not going to know the title till San Diego Comic-Con of 2018, where I assume they'll reveal it, because that would just be smart marketing, but they could always change their mind at any point. Well, recently, during an interview, the directors of Avengers Infinity War, Joe and Anthony Russo, were directly asked about the specifics of the title and why they decided to change it from Part 1 and Part 2 to Infinity War and whatever the next one is going to be. And this is what one of them had to say, and I quote, "Our approach has always been, we look at the process. As with Marcus and McFeely, it's simple. The real thing is the way that the Winter Soldier relates to Civil War, and the way that Civil War relates to Infinity War. These 2 movies are still related. There's a narrative thread that is connecting these films, but at the same time, there's an independence in terms of what the experience is, or where the story goes. It isn't a true 2-parter, and I think the 2-parter concept came back when Marvel decided that they were going to culminate the MCU. It was going to be a 2-movie deal, but as we developed the movie, in execution, it ended up being more of 2 singular expressions." So essentially what they're saying is Marvel Studios, Kevin Feige, and the crew came to them and said, "Hey guys, this is what our movie is, so let's go Part 1 and Part 2. And then they started developing this film and looking at how different Part 1 and Part 2 were going to be, and they said, well, what's the point? And then they kind of took it back and said, look, if you look at every other movie that we've had that's connected, like the Winter Soldier and Civil War, like they use, for example, yes, they're Captain America movies, but it's not the Winter Soldier Part 2. Because that's not what it is, because narratively it can't be. So when they realistically looked at it and said, Infinity War Part 1, Infinity War Part 2, it doesn't make sense considering they're 2 different, films in the same series. So that's why they changed it. And honestly, I really like that. I think that makes sense. And I'm glad that they did that, because to us, it just kind of alleviates us from going, oh, well, it's just a Part 2, and that might not work in today's Hollywood landscape.